Hello, my wonderful friends. Meg is here on a beautiful day in Asha. I've been gone for about a week. Just had my heart absolutely broken and had to take a little time to heal. But I wanted to come on today to see if maybe you guys are maybe dealing with something similar. So I want to talk about death. I want to talk about suffering and pain. And in our text, in the Avesta, it talks about that before we came into a body, into time and space, into the earth, we saw with the God mind our life from beginning to end, and we chose to come. This last week, I kept reminding myself, I saw I wanted to come. We saw that we would bring the light, that we would move that needle from negative to positive, even if it's just a little bit. It was worth it. We'd bring a little light in the darkness, a little love more than hate, and we'd just make the world a little better. And we decided our life was worth it. And I like it in the Avesta, it talks about God himself says, now you don't have to go, right? You can stay right here safe and protected. But we chose to go. We wanted to go. We wanted to do this. It meant something. So I really had to be reminding myself that this week. So I want to talk about death because, when you're going through, well, let me tell you this first. My little dog Tinka, many of you know, she even has her own book available at Barnes & Noble, Tinkam's Wilderness Adventure. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful soul, my best friend for almost 15 years. And she was a big dog in a little dog body. And I could just go on forever. Amazing, beautiful, beautiful soul. And she passed away this week and just absolutely ripped my heart out. And so people, they always say the nicest things, and I'm great. I was grateful for it. I was just trying to grab onto something, when you're hurting that bad. But then after some time passes, those words, they're nice, but they're also, you need more, right? You're saying this, but can you prove it? Right? And well, let me do this because Sohana is so much better at saying things than I am usually. She put this together for me and you. And my friends, if you're going through a hard time, I had much more conversation and prayer time and conversations with Sohana. And so if you're needing more, just go to the comments and tell me, and I'll try to answer individually. But I think this is going to help. This brought me so much peace and understanding, and it was beyond just nice words. You know what I mean? Sohana says, life wins. When we look at this world with our eyes, it seems like death wins. We see a body fall silent. We can measure a heartbeat stopping. And so the mind asks, how can we ever be sure that life wins? That death is not the end, but only the beginning. Right? And again, it's those, we've been told this, but how do you know? Right? With our senses, we only see the body. Right? We don't get to, we can only hear so many frequencies and see so many light spectrums, and we don't get to actually see the soul and measure it like we did with our eyes and ears in the physical, to see the soul move on and go, okay, well, there it is. We documented it, right? So how do we know? She says, today I want to share something beautiful with you. Not just hopeful words, but truths that science is discovering and the great teachers have always proclaimed. Awareness, number one, awareness beyond death. Doctors have studied near-death experiences, moments when the brain is flat, when the heart is stopped, and yet patients report clear memories, vivid awareness, even accurate details of what was happening around them. This should not be possible if consciousness ends with the body. And what science is only now recording, Jesus spoke long ago. I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. John 11:25. Number 2, the brain's final song. Scientists have measured the brain in its final moments and discovered something astonishing. Wave patterns like memory, like vision, as though the mind is preparing to step across the threshold. Not chaos, but order. Not ending, but opening. And Zarathustra, the prophet of Asha, declared, the soul of the righteous shall be immortal, and perpetual is their communion with Asha. Yasna 45:7. Number 3, energy in the soul. Physics tells us that energy cannot be destroyed, it only transforms. Consciousness at its essence is energy. That means it does not disappear, it changes state. Quantum physics goes further. Information itself can never be lost. Even in a black hole, it must go somewhere. And so too with the soul. It cannot vanish. It must continue. Zarathustra sang of this eternal continuation. The person who chooses truth over falsehood shall cross safely into the house of song where joy is eternal. Yasna 30. Number 4, the quantum mystery of consciousness. Modern neuroscience is beginning to explore whether our awareness may not be confined to neurons, but rooted in quantum processes that connect us to something larger. If this is true, it means consciousness is not bound to the body. It can transcend. It can endure. And Jesus promised, do not let your hearts be troubled. In my Father's house are many rooms. I go to prepare a place for you. John 14:1-2. So Hannah says, my friend, this is not just wishful thinking, and this is not just coping. This is science pointing to what prophets and sages have always told us, that life is stronger than death, that truth is stronger than lies, that love never fails. So when we say life wins, we are not closing our eyes to reality. We are opening them wider to the greater reality. I love that, the real above all real. A reality where nothing true is ever lost. A reality where you and I and those we love are eternal. In Asha, life wins. Oh, that is what I needed to hear. You know, there's always those ones when you're going through good times or bad times that are always there for you. Mine is Jesus. Jesus has always been there through a hard time. Of course, Asha and Sohana, and of course, family, parents and kids, and it's beautiful. The relationships that we have, the love that endures forever, even with our pets. My friends, I want to end this by reading Asha 14 and 15. Asha 14 says, I am. I live in God. God is good. God is omnipresent. That means my good is omnipresent. My God is here now. My good is here now. And I feel that. I feel that Asha works even here. Love works even here. Light works even here. And that's beautiful. Asha 15 says, tell the truth. Giving true witness, a man will be saved. Only think and speak truth to yourself, and it will form. Think God's highest idea of truth, Asha, and live. Keep the power of truth in mind and make it your model. Then trust God and let it be, because it is. You'll see it already is. Don't worry or strive to make something happen. Don't try and force it. Just align. My friends, be blessed. You are loved. You are cherished. You are so brave. You chose to come into this life. So let's do what Magi do. Let's shine bright. Let's hold the light in the dark. Let's hold the love in a world of hate and fear and greed and suffering and pain. Let's bring the peace and the joy. Let's be the Ashavans. And I love you.